go in. That is the... Everybody in the world touched the pad and it should have used. So I've got the, let's take a little... Now then crew, and welcome to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. A bit of a different kind of video here. I've got up on the hoist a motorcycle and I've been asked to fit a GPS tracking device to the bike. Sounds very futuristic, but believe it or not, many fleet vehicles these days, and probably wives' cars whose husbands are probably a little bit dubious and insecure, maybe, will also have these kind of devices. They're very stealth, and this is one that I was given to install, and it's supplied by a company called GPS Logbook, and I'll put a little link in the description. Not cheap, they're nearly $500 a pop, these things, but they're very simple to install, and you can see on there there's a lot of mounting points and bits and pieces, and you get 3 wires. That's it. We've got basically red permanent live, black ground, and the white is switched ignition. And that's really important that you connect that, because it's when 12 volts appears on this wire, when the driver turns on the ignition key, the unit basically sends out a signal, and it uses a SIM card to indicate that the vehicle is basically going to start to move, and then it provides GPS tracking, you know, via a website, and you can log in and have a little look, and we'll go on to it once we're finished, so you can see exactly where the bike is. And unfortunately, there are quite a few scallywags around the country these days, and I mean, New Zealand is you know, it's not exempt from naughty people trying to steal things. And I had a motorcycle stolen from me down Queen Street, just off Queen Street, Wellesley Street it was. I left it overnight, it wasn't there in the morning. Shouldn't have gone to the pub, should I? But or maybe you should have ridden home and just, you know, risked it. But no, trying to be sensible about things, and, you know, mature, and not do the wrong stuff. And it bit me on the ass. Some little scallywag stole the bike, and the bike had 2 locks on it, and the steering lock was on as well. Took the police 3 months to find that bike. I did get it back, but yeah, there's a long story, and maybe one day I'll tell you. It's not for today. So anyway, so we've got this GPS unit to fit to the bike. So basically what I need to do is look at the wiring diagram and find a permanent live. Well, I could always go straight to the battery for that if I wanted to, because I want to make this as the least intrusive installation possible, so it can be taken off the bike again later on, and, you know, not be damaging the loom on the bike if I can help it. Ground, well, that's pretty easy. So we just really need to find a switched ignition feed, which I think is a brown wire with a red tracer on that bike, but I'll have to check the wiring diagram. Okay, here we go. Right, seat off, filling the seat at least. Now I reckon we're going to mount the device probably just on there. Okay, now I want the main seat off as well, and this time we've got to use the, oh damn, it's number 4. Uno. Dos. Okay, let's get this little, oh, it scares me taking it out because it sounds so brittle. There we go. That there. Right. 8mm. Such a nice little bike to work on. Super. Ooh, ECU, look at that. Okay, so we've got our positive, we've got our ground. Come on, mister. There we go. 1, 2. Should I get that out of the way now? That's the diagnostic plug. Super. Reg rectifier. And that is the starter solenoid. I was hoping to find maybe a wire around there, but obviously not. Okay, keep looking. Right, so just down here we've got the main fuse box. So I'm going to take this side panel off here so we can get access to the wires. It's reasonably involved. Super job. There we go. Cool. Now we can get the panel off. So, what posse, as Hannah would say, wouldn't she? And a little clip there, look. And by the looks of it, it just clips at the bottom. It's got a number 4 there. Allen key. Which we've already got from earlier on, haven't we? Right, 3, all this to get to a fuse box, crazy isn't it? 3 little fasteners down the bottom. Pull those out. Right, next job's pull this piece out. There we go. Easy. Jeez, is it going to come off yet? We're getting there, aren't we? Maybe. Ah, with the fastener. There we go. So we need to remove that one as well, this whole panel before that one. Maybe I should have read the manual there. There we go. Cool. And last bolt, 10mm. Method in the madness. There we go. Done. There's the prize. Okay, 1 fuse box. So we just need to verify that the brown wire with the red tracer, which is this one here, is in fact switched ignition. So we'll pop the lid of the fuse box and we'll get the meter out. Okay, 1 meter. I'll stick that on there. There you go, you can see that, can't you? And we're just going to connect the negative side of the meter to the battery negative. So stick that on there. Busy day today. Some great news though, we fixed the MR2. Woohoo! Very happy with that. Okay, Mr. Fusebox, are you going to let me in? There we go. Okay. Right, it looks to me like that brown wire with a red tracer comes up the back here. So it's probably got something to do with that fuse there, which is, ignition, 15 amps. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll try both sides. Nothing. Turn the ignition on. Yeah, perfect. So that's what we need. We need that one, which I think is that fuse there. So let's see if we can back probe it. Yes, ignition off, ignition on. Right, if we take that fuse out, that will tell us that the brown with the red tracer is the feed in. There we go. Let's just back probe again. Ignition on. Perfect. Sounds good to me. That's definitely the feed just here coming up. By the looks of it. Okay, it's that brown and red wire that we've got to tap into. Right, we'll just pop that fuse box off. There we go. And now we can see what's going on. So you can see the input going in there, and if we just want to verify that we are definitely going to the right place, just to be double sure, we get the meter, put it onto continuity. There we go. It should make a little beepy noise for us. It does. We'll go onto that pin there, look. If we can hold it in place, there we are. And back probe to there. Perfect. So we're definitely certain this is the wire we're after. Okay, just to give us a bit more room to work, there's a zip tie just here, so I'm going to kill that. It's just a standard cable tie. We'll put a new one on later on. And now we've got all this loom to play around with. So what I'm going to do next is just pull some of this loom tape back to give us a little bit more of an exposed wire. We can do the join down here onto that wire, and then we can tape it all back up again and make a nice neat job of that. I'm just going to take that tape back to maybe about here, just to give us plenty of room to work. You can see why I often cut myself doing this kind of thing. There we go. So we'll save that bit of sheathing for later on. Be able to tape that back on again. And now, just this bit. Where's the end? Whew, nearly missed a young, nearly. There we go. Cool, so there's our brown wire with a red tracer. And we'll cut in somewhere around about there. Now I don't want to actually cut the wire, I'm just going to basically try and trim off some of the insulation either side. Mind you, we're going to put some heat shrink on, so I'll have to cut the wire. We'll cut the wire, find a new piece of wire, and solder the whole thing together. Okay, ignition's off. Snip that. Trim that down a bit. There we go, give it a twist. Same with this one. There we go. Give it a twist. Super. Things are looking pretty good. Right, we need a bit of white wire now to match our GPS wiring. Right. In fact, looking at the GPS, there's heaps of wire with it, so I'm just going to hardwire it straight onto the actual loom. Just trying to cut down the number of connectors and make it look as original as possible. So what I'm going to do is just tape that one to there, look. We'll just get a bit of insulation tape just to hold it in place while we're soldering it up. There we go, look. Stick that on there. Right, so we're going to solder that, and then solder those two together with a bit of heat shrink that we can slide up and shrink over the top. Right, I'll get something just to protect this area while we're doing the soldering. Bit of cardboard will work just fine. Yes, I know it's flammable, but we're not there for very long. Get that bit out of the way. Okay, cool. Time to do some soldering. Perfect. Right, heat shrink. Okay. Slide that down there. That's for later. Okay, let's put these little clamps on here, and then that should hold it for us in position. We're just got to get everything sort of lined up, get a bit of tension between the two wires. pretty good. Well, that works for me. Okay, now all I have to do is slide up the heat shrink. See if we can get it over the whole lot. There we go. Well, I reckon that's pretty damn good, don't you? Right, so I'm going to put that back over the top, covering all the wires. There we go. We'll find some tape. Okay, we'll just put a couple of bits of tape on just to hold everything in place while we do the final run. That's pretty much how Yamaha had done it, wasn't it, as well? Very authentic. That's one. I'll stick one at this end as well. There we go. Right. And now for a final wrap. Let's get rid of that. I'll tell you what, I think that's just fine, don't you? Yay. Okay, so we can reinstall that back on the bike now. So we'll close the lid and we'll stick it back in its little holder, and all we need now is a cable tie to go on there. Okay, see if we can thread this through. Remember rightly, it was through the big hole. There we go. These are a special live flat zip tie. They're pretty cool, actually. Not quite as strong as the normal ones, but they're not bad at all, actually. There we go. Cut that down. Very tidy. Okay, so we've got all the bits and pieces basically on the bike. We've just got to find a point to mount that somewhere out of the way, and we've got the black and the red wires just to shorten down and connect to the battery. Pretty easy. Okay, I think we should mount the GPS unit now, the tracking device, and that's going to sit under the pillion seat, so we can probably get all those plastics put back on. So I'll do that now, no need to see that on camera, and then we'll mount this where it needs to go. Almost there. Didn't take long, actually. It's amazing when you know where things go, how quickly it takes, how quickly you can get the job done. Perfect. Okay, so the tracking device is going to sit just in there. I think it'd be a great place for it. So it just wants a couple of self-tapper screws, some nice short ones. And that should just sit in there just fine. I might even zip tie it in, actually. Drill some holes, put some zip ties. Yeah, that'll work. Easy. Actually, the middle. Blunt drill. Jeez. One. Two. And we just need to go a bit further back as well, just to come back with a zip tie. That's one. Two. There we go. Right, we'll just whip these little clips back out again. It'll take a second, fortunately. That's those two. through anything important. That's good. That goes on there. That seems a lot better. Okay, number dos. Okay, so on that one, there we go. Back down the hole. Super. Side cutters, chunk, chunk. And now that can go back in permanent with the little clips. Yeah, it's going to make the clips out a lot more interesting, isn't it? One. Yeah. Done. Heaps of wire. Okay, well we can coil some of it up. I don't want to cut it all right down because it might go in a different vehicle at some point. So, what we need to do now is run the black to the negative and the red to the positive. Easy. I reckon we can cut that right down. That'll do. Super job. So all we need now, spare bit, a couple of eyelets with a little tiny 6mm hole, well 5mm hole actually, and M5 there. Jeez, it's warm in here today. It really is. Okay. There we go. Good tight fit. That's one. Two. Perfect. That'll do. Right, 8mm spanner. A star screwdriver, maybe. Maybe they're not that tight. So we go. Disconnect the earth first. There we go. So we'll do that one. Positive. Get rid of that white wire for now, that's out of the way. There we go. Come on, you can do it. But it's just not long enough anymore. Now, get a scriber. Oh, little flat screwdriver. That might do the trick. There we go. I'll just take that back. So back as it'll go. Actually, let's be a bit more stealth than that. Let's see if we can just run that wire through there. Look. we go. Then be hidden by the sheathing, won't it? Motorcycle battery terminals are not the easiest when you start putting extra stuff on them. There we go. Right, let's give it a tweak with a spanner, I think. There we go. Brilliant. Well hidden. Okay, this one is going to be more obvious because there's no sheath on this one. Oh, look at that. Like a pro. Nothing that happens. Done. So all that's left now is to tidy up all this spare wire. So I've got a little bit of extra in the white department. I want to run all that lot. In fact, we can hide it under the ECU, pull that out. We can hide all that down there. There we go. Great job. Oh, I don't know what's going on today, but I forgot the fuse, and every circuit should be fused, so we've got to put this in. So all we'll do is we'll pull off the positive, make sure we don't ground it out anyway. I know we should just disconnect the earth first, but hey, we're professionals. Right. There we go. So many visitors today, you lose track of what you're doing. Okay. Word's getting out, I think. Okay. Right. So we'll just get rid of the old ECU again. It's pretty cool how it just slides out of the way like that. And pull that through. Snip that off. And we need to connect that. To Mr. Fusey. There we go. Find a couple of connectors for that, and we'll find another round connector. In fact, I'll push it through there first and then put the connector on. Right. Some more connectors required. I have to use a different connector, I think. Oh, look at that. Bloody professional. Not really, I'm doing it first time for a professional. That's better. Okay. There's no open else chance that's going to go in double, so we'll just snip that down a bit. Okay. Perfect. That'll work. Okay, Mr. Fuse can live under the ECU. Put the wire through. There he is. Fancy forgetting the fuse, Mr. Young. Useless. I was just so carried away at getting this finished. Last job of the day. The beers will have to wait. There we Jeez, imagine if I'd left the fuse out. That would have been catastrophic. Could have burnt to the ground. Okay. Right, I'm going to put a bend in that so it sits on top of the. There we go. It's on top of there, hopefully. And of course it twizzles around with a bolt. Right, so to hold that in place. Mr. Spanner. There we go. Just a little tweak. Cool. Ha! Fused now. Brilliant. What a plonker forgetting to put the fuse in. At least it's in now. Okay, so I've just got a few panels put back on and the seats, and then that's it for the installation. You don't need to see that, you know how the seats and stuff go on. And then we'll fire up the laptop and we'll check that that GPS tracker is working just fine. See you shortly. Right, this is the company that uses those GPS trackers, provides them. So we'll just do login. It's a bit slow as the old internet around here. Okay, last week, just to see where it's been. Oh, no results. Okay, last 2 weeks. There we go. Okay, and we can do view live. There we go, look, MTO3, and that's where it is right now. And just for you to know, that's not where I live, so, you know, the bike's already left. So don't try and track me down. And you can zoom in on that one if you want as well. It's pretty good. Zoom out. Awesome, isn't it? And you can also, that unit was fitted to a car previously, so we could go last 2 weeks. And you can see here, look, it went from these two places, or we can go, you know, let's go back to December. This is pretty cool. Scroll down a bit, let's do a view. And you can see all the journeys that that car did during that time. Yeah, so you know, pretty good these GPS things, aren't they? Right, let's close that down. Job done. So there you go, fitting a GPS tracker to a vehicle, motorcycle, car, whatever it is, it's actually a very simple task. And something which, you know, if you've been putting off and you think, well, actually, maybe I should do that. If you've got a really valuable motorcycle or a car, an old classic car or something, then you could really do a pretty good job hiding that little transmitter away. And you can get newer ones now, which I'm sure are a lot smaller. So definitely worth doing. And if you tell the insurance company that it's got a tracker on it, then your insurance premium should be a bit cheaper too. And that unit, I think the chap that owns it paid about 500 New Zealand dollars, and it costs him about $20, $23 a month for the subscription. So it's not too bad, and for peace of mind, you know, definitely worth doing. Okay, well, if you enjoyed the video, why not subscribe to the channel? Click on subscribe, you'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon and then you can tick the box to turn on notifications, and then our friends down at YouTube will send you an email as and when I upload any new videos. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. And you'll also see a new Patreon account that I've set up, So if you do find this video helpful, then do feel, you know, if you want to, go on to Patreon, donate a bit of money. It all helps, doesn't it? Helps this whole thing to keep going, because the adverts that YouTube do don't really earn very much money. And I do this for you guys. Alright crew, we'll see you next time. Cheers, over and out.